Many of us can likely remember a monster under the bed moment from childhood, some shadow in a corner that shifted, or a fear of the dark that sometimes still creeps up behind us in the late hours of night. It's natural for humans to fear darkness. After all, when else would our ancestors have been most vulnerable? Huddling around a fire, eyeing shapes in the forest, wondering if a predator would nab us and drag us away, waiting for a parental figure to say everything is okay. Such fears form the crux of the Shadow People urban legend. The central story is simple and may vary a bit from person to person, but generally contains the same elements. It's late at night. You're lounging in bed on the verge of sleep, or wake up in the middle of the night, and there's a human-shaped, shadowy silhouette nearby. Some folks describe seeing glowing eyes or teeth. Sometimes these entities, apparitions, illusions, whatever's actually going on, appear right next to someone's bed and just stare down at them. Some people have described more shapeless shadow masses, and some have seen such shapes while walking around at night. Suddenly there's a sense of being watched, as all of us have doubtlessly felt. And then our attuned senses start scouring the environment for a threat. But what's the truth behind these stories? Is it mere sensory confusion while trapped between wakefulness and sleep? Or is something actually there? Stories of shadow people often come up in conversations about other disturbing urban legends, like black-eyed children who show up at your door and ask to come inside, or tales of Hatman, a kind of shadow man variation that looks like it's wearing an old-style FBI fedora. In nearly all cases, people describe an intense, nigh cosmic terror and an inability to move. The uncanny thing about these stories is that they've been documented across the world, in various countries and cultures. Granted, the internet makes it easier for people to be influenced by information, and we all know how easy it is for humans to fall prey to absurd beliefs. Pizzagate, anyone. But while some shadow people cases are likely pleas for attention, is it actually possible that thousands of people are experiencing the same hallucination? One clue can be found in a commonality shared across encounters, described on Quartz. The fear sucked the breath from Brown's chest, rendering him mute and immobile. At this, clever readers might recall Henry Fuseli's well-known 18th-century painting of a little goblin sitting on a woman's chest while she sleeps. This painting, The Nightmare, has been cited as a depiction of ancient stories of succubi, female demons, and incubi, male demons, who visit people in their sleep. And as it turns out, all such stories might be descriptions of what's called sleep paralysis. Frontiers in Psychology published a paper in 2016, going into details about the relationship between sleep paralysis and tales like those of succubi and incubi. Basically, REM sleep, the stage of sleep where people dream, paralyzes the body. Motor neurons switch off when dreaming, making it impossible for someone to flail around. Aside from slight twitches and fluttering eyelids, sleep paralysis occurs when the motor neurons get switched off and someone is actually conscious, which essentially transforms dreams into hallucinations. People are trapped in a weird, multisensory, half-asleep, half-awake state while still dreaming. This could account not just for shadow people, but old hag legends in Canada, Piscidera in Brazil, Pasanta in Catalonia, the phrase, "a dead body climbed on top of me" in Mexico, the Khmaj Sangkut ghost in Cambodia, the pressing spirit of Vietnam and Laos, the Phaim of Thailand, Kanashabari in Japan, stories of ghost oppression in China, and more. These all describe a horrific supernatural entity, often hazy black, crushing one's breath while in a half-asleep, half-awake state. There are stimulation in a certain region of the brain, the left temporoparietal junction, TPJ, can actually induce hallucinations of not just a chest-crushing entity, but shadowy humanoids specifically. This same part of the brain is responsible for the aforementioned universe feeling of being followed or watched. Looks like our nightmares might just be in our heads, after all. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe.